Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing Villagers, and I would like to thank the developer for giving me this key to play their game. I'm really appreciative of that, so thank you. So we're in the beginning. They asked whether my character was a female or male. Of course I picked male, so we're going to start with campaign. Chapter 1, A New Beginning. The blacksmith can generate tools that make you build. This is the story of Oberlin, a young man who managed to shine a ray of hope into a pitch-black tunnel of despair at a time when a war and illness ruled a world filled with darkness. Ghastly winds blew around him, strong winds of pungent adversities trying to extinguish the light. Even when Oberlin couldn't see much in the darkness, was almost blind, he was always laid his hands successfully around the flame. Sometimes so close that he was in danger of burning. As he was but a child, What's wrong, Jacqueline? Why don't you continue? It is a shame to admit being the writer I am, but I am lost for words. Really? We cannot accept this. Let's do something about it. Host, bring us a bottle of the best wine. Ursula, are you trying to slap me with this devilish alcohol? We agreed to celebrate today. Let's treat ourselves to something special. Delicious. Where was I? The sickness of Oberlin. Let me start a long time ago. Back in our hero's childhood, he had a little brother with whom he lived in the countryside. Oberlin was as little as 2 stacked boots. I like the illustrations. He had a little brother with whom he lived in a tiny settlement far away in a rural area. His parents took care of them well, providing them with prey from the woods. They paid great attention to making their children learn to survive the cruel wilderness. One day they went out hunting with their father. However, the children couldn't concentrate and began to argue, which led to a terrible accident. Their father, annoyed by his children squabbling and feeling the pressure from having to provide a meal for his family, accidentally stepped into his own trap, dying a terrible death. What? Oberlin, filled with fear and terror, fled the scene and ran into the forest while his brother returned to the settlement. Neither of them have seen each other since that fateful day, and Oberlin even forgot his name. It's all very sad. That may be, but it turned out well for Oberlin in the end. The runaway child was found and taken in by farmers a few days later in a place far away from his home, and spent his remaining childhood there. Oberlin was plagued by a guilty conscience, which he tried to atone for through hard work. He was convinced that he could only undo his sins by doing good deeds. Oberlin was self-educated from early on and taught himself a great many skills. Every time he paid a visit to a big city, he used every chance he got to talk to its inhabitants and gain more knowledge. The farmers recognized his potential and put him in charge of managing the farmyard as soon as he was old enough. I think we should talk a little about the war. Oh yes, the war. So many faded memories that we literally had to bury. One day it simply broke out without warning, and without any prior political negotiations, an enemy whom they soon came to call the Faceless. Wow, he is badass looking. Invaders from the northeast, all wearing the same bizarre metal masks and coming from countries that previously only our boldest explorers had ever seen. Without thinking much about his strategy or king, our king sent his troops out to blindly attack the enemy. The losses were devastating, and we seemed to be no match for the enemy. Every available man was called up to fight as a soldier. Every boy that was able to hold a weapon was sent to the front line. The king rejected all dissenting voices regarding this harsh decision of his. Word quickly spread about his plans, and many families fled. Not only did they want to put as much distance as they could between themselves and the war, they also did not want to lose their men to the fires of battle. Luckily, there were a few dukes that were opposed to the king's decision and who decided to protect the people as best they could. And that brings us to Abrechis. Oh yes, Duke Abrechis. Not exactly the most trustworthy person in the world. Initially, he was unwilling to lay his cards on the table, but when he turned up at Albeline's farmyard one day, he did not hesitate to assert his authority. The devious, sleazy, and condescending man claimed that he had been sent on behalf of the king to gather up all available men in the area. He made a big display of authority, entering people's houses and having them searched, and that's when he came across Albeline's sketches. Oh yes, the famous sketches. Albeline has to save a lot of money to be able to afford parchment and charcoal, but he had spent day and night designing complex cities. Running the farm had inspired him to do great things, and his deeds were not as absurd as one might have thought. After conducting extensive discussions with architects and planners living in the big city, Albeline designed technically feasible settlements, villages, and yes, even entire cities. Albeline was talented, and although the king's orders were clear, this gave Abrechis pause. He had a suggestion for him, he said. You may be surprised to find that I've heard of you before, Albeline. A young man with an extraordinary talent for city planning, although he has never learned from a master. Don't ask me how I know about you, but please, I'd like you to consider the following deal. Take all the people from this farm and your direct neighbors in the area with you and build a self-sufficient settlement within a year. I don't care how and where you do it. If you manage to do it, I will recommend you to the king as a city planner. After all, when the war is over, we will need people like you to help rebuild the country, provided we win, of course. And in keeping with my generosity, I will ensure that your men are excluded from being called up. However, if you fail, I'll immediately revoke all protection. Albeline felt numb. Suddenly all eyes were on him, and the lives of many people were depending on his reply. He was unable to utter a word, but gave the Duke his hand, who took it gladly with a gleeful grin on his face. The deal was sealed. These are dark times, which is why you should view this opportunity as a particularly precious one. I envy you for it. How I wish sometimes that I could be a simple laborer and make a home for myself rather than living to help rule with the leaders of the world. Yeah, right, dude. You're full of it. Abrechis departed, and thus Albeline found himself in a most peculiar situation. Suddenly he had a responsibility that he had neither asked for nor he was ready to bear. Fate was obviously putting him to the test once more, despite him already having suffered so much in childhood. Abrechis is demanding that this virginal land in front of me becomes a settlement, but where on earth should I start? He may as well have asked me to get a couple of porcupines to mate. Alright then. Concentrate. We need a central place for planning the city, a roof over our heads from where I can allocate jobs to people. Something new is available. A town hall. Alright, so we'll place our town hall right smack dab here in the middle. There comes my village. I like this game, you know. What this reminds me of is my days of playing Age of Empires. I loved that game. I loved that game. I still have Age of Empires, Age of Mythology. So place your town hall near the big river. Your village is nearby. I put it in the wrong spot. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How do I navigate around here? I wish I really knew the controls. There we go. Alright, so here comes my workers to build. They're not nowhere, they're kind of close to the water source, so I mean, it'll be alright. And here they go. I'm gonna zoom in on this workers.
The building is finished.
My dear friend, a workman like you, a workman like me, can only help you if you give me a job. Continue. My friends and I will be in the town hall waiting your orders. Wait, we've known each other since we were children. I'm so pleased to have a familiar face on my side. Ah, come on, there's no need to get sentimental. Just tell me what we're supposed to do with the resources. Don't forget, we laborers are the only ones who will carry them to the building site for you, and we can build whatever you like with them. My head is already spinning, and we've barely done anything yet. If only I had something to write down all this information down on. I should be in the forest, ramming my sharp blades into wild animals and carrying them home for supper instead. A Bretches has sent me to this simpleton who probably can't even spell the word city planner. The Duke sent you? You look like a hunter, not a city planner. Well, yes, sir, I am a hunter. Watching a child playing at being an architect isn't exactly a fulfilling alternative to the thrill of the hunt. And as for taking notes, a robust notebook with a leader castle, is that for me? How generous. From then on, Aveline wrote everything in his notebook in an excellent method which I can't recommend enough. I've got to hand it to you, Aveline. You're a master at casting your followers back into the barbaric time of the Dark Ages. You've even managed to outdo the bandit Baron Eckerless. Eckerless, you mean? The terrible Eckerless? Be patient, my love. We'll get to that spawn of Satan later on in our story. What are you talking about, Ewalt? The fresh air got into your head? It most certainly has, and that's how everyone else who has been forced to sleep outside feels too. We need somewhere to live. We need homes. You should start building houses immediately. We need wood to do that. I'm sure we can help ourselves to wood from the forest. As long as wild animals don't help themselves to us, oh dear. Without a doubt, Arbeline had to spend lots of time managing resources. However, using the gathering symbols, you can keep an eye on everything. That word, oh bugger it, I'll save my breath. For example, Arbeline had to tell his people that they had to get resources like wood. Indeed, using the gathering symbols, it was easy for him to give orders. The laborers then immediately commenced the new task. Something new is available. Gather wood. Alright guys, see all this? We need to clear this out. Okay, change the size of this by holding shift and scrolling the mouse button. So you guys want to collect some wood here? We need the wood. Alright, so start getting to work. Dismiss. Yeah, we're gonna chop all this down. Alright, so it's like reminding me of my days of Age of Empires. Like I said, I have a note splashing up here. Okay, we need a settlement. Ewalt needs wood to build it. There are a few cryptic notes in Benil's notebook. Let's see, it says here under gather, I can gather wood, then all I need to do is hold down my left mouse button and select the trees I want with the circle that appears. Oh man. Okay, we got this. We got 3 of them. 3 felled trees so far. Where are you guys going? You guys need to get to the trees. You guys are going to get water, aren't you? Do you need a water break? After 5 minutes of work? Do you want to end up in the water face down? What are you doing? Alright, so we got working on trees. This game is really fun. I really like it. I think that are they taking breaks? They're taking breaks after like 5 minutes. Well, they did build the town center, which is pretty nice of them in less than like 30 seconds. So gather this wood and bring it to my town center and build me some houses nearby, or it's off with your head. Alright, so how many felled trees do we have? 14 out of 20. I can fast forward this. What's it say here? I won't do that though because she's just sleeping on the ground. I'm sorry, but you know we have to build these houses. You should have worked through the night. Everybody's just gonna sleep. They're hungry and they're tired. I feel like I'm playing Sims. Oh, but this wood from the forest is strong and resilient. I like your enthusiasm. Let's find a place for it. We've got plenty of solid ground and land where we could build houses for everyone. Not when everyone's laying in the grass sleeping. But let's make one thing clear. I don't want to live too close to the edge of the forest. Thick woodland always gives me the feeling I'm being watched by something evil.
You have finished a quest.
You have finished a quest. Something's available. A small house. Get to work, you scallywag. I like my stuff to be like even, so we'll give them space to move around. Get to work, you scallywags. Is anybody awake to work? Everybody's asleep. Build 3 houses. Okay. Oh, they wake up. They're waking up. It doesn't matter whether you're big or small, strong or weak, as smart as a whip or as dumb as a box of rocks. At the end of the day, everyone is conquered by one simple thing. A piece of wisdom from a foolish bard. Please enlighten us. The answer is hunger, and when your stomach is rebelling, there's no way of thinking straight. My stomach. I should have brought food with me. My somewhat modest hunting skills, which withered and died, seeing as I haven't used them over the past few years. Finally, something for me to do. Neither you nor your laborers could carry out work on empty stomachs. I'll show you how to pull big fish out of the lake. You weren't sent by the Duke. You've been sent from heaven. Before we get to that, though, you need a jetty.
New quest.
A new quest. It's gonna be to build a jetty. Right? Where's my quest book? There it is. Gather wood for a jetty. So we need more wood. Well, the guys are already working on wood. So I love this game. I love this game. This game is great. I like the story behind it, the illustrations, the graphics. I mean, I just can't wait to start, playing. Like, playing, like, for hours and hours and hours and hours. Alright, so where are we at wood? There's some animals here. This looks like what is that? What is that? Like a rabbit? We got a little rabbit there. That's a good meal. That's a good meal. I never had rabbit though, but still. For them back then, that's got to be a delicious meal. Oh, lovely. Okay, so you guys need to hurry up with the houses and so after we get the 4 houses built, was it? Right? 4 or 5. Oh, 3 houses. After we get the 3 houses built and the jetty, I'll end it, we'll pick it up another day. So, because I'll just keep going and going, guys, and I don't want you guys have to sit through like an hour-long video. Because these kind of games are my thing, so. I'm so glad I decided to
Building is finished.
a building. Finally, we've got somewhere to live. Now, if you excuse me, my wife and I have a family to start. Oh my. Whoa. You're sure in a hurry, my friend. Well, the stars and my private life are aligned at the moment. A man's got to seize his opportunities where he can, and know when he can produce his most fertile juices, right? Okay, where's this game leading into? Oh goodness, that was a little too much information. What do you mean? Sure you haven't got any baby-making secrets to tell me, Jacqueline? Well now, I'll save that delicate topic for the coldest seasons of the year. Let's just say storks deliver babies. Okay. Alright, so we need some more houses. We need 3 houses and a jetty. So we can, and I need more wood. I need you guys to like hightail it and get your butts moving in the wood. Or we can upgrade things in the, oh wow, I can, do upgrades. Well, we can have priests, and I can't wait till we get to the soldiers. And are they out there? Alright, they're still working. I need. I do know that I was supposed to build, so they're in there doing something together, and I needed to build 3 houses. So gather wood. I like this game. The game's very, very, very cool. We're gonna expand the wood here. So about, let's see right here. Be careful of the beasts in the wood. Alright, now so we need more. What's this? Okay. I love the game. I love the game. Now what is this actually that I can fast forward time? So let's do that for the sake of this video. And now they're moving a little faster. I don't like doing that, but I'm only doing it for the sake of the video. And he went in there and went to bed. Alright, everybody's up and working. Let's get these guys going super speeds. 5 times. Alright, so we can get this video ended before it gets to be an hour. There we go. You guys get to work. Look at them they look like ants. They're so hungry. They're hungry and they need food, and we should build some farms. We haven't enough wood. We have enough wood to build a jetty. You just need to tell us where it should go. Well, that's easy. The jetty needs to be built by the water. You nincompoop. Please don't forget to allocate the job of fisherman in the town hall. Something new is available. The fishing jetty. So the fishing jetty. Why is it grayed out? Can we put it right there? That's a good spot for our fishing jetty. There we go. Alright, so now we need to allocate jobs, right? Villagers. Alright, so they didn't tell me quite how to do this. Let me see here. Build a jetty, build 3 houses. Alright, so the jetty is under. Alright, so we need to. Alright, let's see what Claus is not troubled by anything. His happiness is very high. He's hungry. He's only 19. So he's eating right now. Alright, so we need to have the dude that's good at hunting fish for us after this is built. So we're gonna speed this up by 5. Let them go in super fast mode. Get that wood, my little ants. Bring it over. That thing is not even close to being done. We're gonna go super 10 times speed. Alright. Whoa, what the frig just went on? Alright, so we do need more houses too, guys. We can't end the video until I do what I said I was gonna do. So you need to get your little asses and get that jetty built.
The building is finished.
Incredibly large, immensely powerful, and inconceivably magnificent. Are you talking about your ego? What codswell up? I'm describing the fish that I'm going to pull out of the water when the new jetty is built. Send me 2 villagers from the town hall, and we'll catch a feast to remember. To Abilene's relief, the people were independent enough that once allocated, they continued carrying out the jobs until he reallocated them. He just looks like he'd have a voice like that. Look at him. His name's Jacqueline. And look at his face, dude. Something one can always say about you, Jacqueline. Excuse me? Oh, nothing, giggle.
New quest.
Assign villagers to a profession. Look at your town hall. Alright, so. Probably should have read that, actually. Alright, employ fishermen. Alright, who's our fisherman going to be? Okay, so we do this. We need 2 fishermen.
You have finished a quest.
And we'll have 1 warehouser. I finished the quest. Alright, so we need to build 3 houses. And how much wood do we have? We need, okay, here we go. I'm gonna put the houses in a cute little row. And hopefully have enough wood for 1 more, yep. And after these are done, guys, we will end the video, and I'm sure there will be some battles, some death, some destruction, some more survival, some hunting, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go up here and keep an eye on the fishermen. That's pretty cool, actually. This game is well done. Have my hats off to you, to the developers of this game, because this is great. I do love this game. This is a lot of fun, a lot of cool. The story and I like the graphics of it, the illustrations in the book. And as soon as we get these houses built, we'll save it up and pick it up another day. But I'm going 10 times speed right now, so I can get these guys. It's cool that you can do that too, because not everybody has all the time in the world to wait for this.
The building is finished.
Is there any greater pleasure in life for man than building his own house? We're only on the second house. We're on the second house already. We're making progress, Abilene. That we are, my friend. That we are. You are my brother, and you are my friend. Not my biological brother, but you are my brother. Okay, guys. Let's get down to the end of this here. We're going through a few days. We're eventually probably going to have to build up the fences, I'm sure.
The building is finished.
A small house, but lots of peace and quiet. I think we've built enough houses for the moment. We should have a rest. We have a town hall, a jetty, some food, and a roof over our heads. Well, that's certainly a start. To be honest, it's more than I expected. A young man organizing a whole village. Well, we live in an age where I would never have thought it was possible, and it's certainly not something you see every day. It's time to set your preconceptions aside, my good man Skoltes. I know how to use my head, just like every other person. You know what, Ursel? Abilene has failed miserably. What are you talking about? I don't feel like continuing my story. Well, I need something to wet my whistle. Quick, bring this man a flagon of ale. A grumpy writer needs a drink to be able to tell a decent story. And of course, Abilene did it. The foundations of a new village had been laid. I've got to say, I like this man. Oh yes, I've also got the soft spot for him. Not only in the way you think, though. Hee giggles. Every day should start with a happy song. It helps clear your vocal cords and your soul. Shake off the burdens that dreams have laid upon your shoulders in the night. Well, that's a piece of wisdom you must know about as a bard. Even Abilene sang that morning. The song was sung timidly and with great embarrassment at first, but his heart commanded it. Happiness flowed through his body until he stumbled upon the old and grumpy Bedouin. Oh, here's Bedouin. So it's true. I presume that Albatross had been having a laugh, but the fool really did give an inexperienced youngster the job of planning the city. My good lord, are you Benlin, the king's supreme city planner? It is an honor to welcome you to my humble settlement. I'm not sure that honor is the right word to use here. I'm sure that the men from this community would be put to far better use in the war in the northeast rather than as a part of your doomed settlement. What a complete and utter waste. Talk about putting a damper on things for poor Abilene. He stopped singing. Instead, his thoughts were focused on maintaining and extending the settlement. But first, he wanted to find out more about Benlin. Excuse me, but to what do we owe the pleasure of your company? It seems that you're here to monitor me. Exactly. Albatross sent me to report back on you regularly. Our enemies have seized more land in the northeast. New men are being called up for our army every day. It's hard to imagine that there's a war going on elsewhere. It's so peaceful here. You'd best pray that it stays that way, and keep providing me with reasons why I should spare your settlement from being called to duty. Albatross swears by your city planning talents, and if that is indeed the case, we'll need you to help us rebuild the country after the war has ended. Duke Albatross said something similar a few days ago. There's a lot of pressure on Abilene, a war on the horizon. Benlin and Abilene's case. Winter around the corner, the future's not looking bright. Whoa, what are those strange creatures? They circus performers? Indeed they are. They're traveling the country heading southwest. All cowards fleeing from the war like rats from a sinking ship. But what use would they be in the war zones? Even the most talented of artists would be unable to put a smile on a recent widow's face. You certainly don't mince your words, Benlin. The presence of the artist seems to have cheered up my villagers. No end. I'm going to welcome them with open arms. Oh, so we got the circus travelers are pulled up right here. However, the artist's smiles were hiding an inner pain. They spoke in whispers of a mysterious illness that had come into the country along with the faceless army. The faceless describing them as such still seems rather bizarre. The simple folk adopted this name to the enemies from the north quite quickly, not just because of their metal masks, but also because of the rumor that it caused Black Death. Ah yes, the plague. I've heard these rumors too. Apparently the faceless are immune to the illness. Well, they're only rumors. Perhaps this simultaneous appearance was a coincidence. But the fear of the illness, the plague, well, it was omnipresent. It hung in the air and it was almost palpable. I don't want to sound like a scaredy cat, but all these rumors about the plague, that's it. That it's apparently spreading inland. Say no more, he won't. It makes me feel quite queasy too. In light of the circumstances, I'd like to suggest building a bridge. This would mean that in an emergency you could leave, head over to the water, and further southwest. Leave? I'd never consider leaving. We couldn't just abandon everything that was established here. Well, yes, fate might protect you and spare you from the plague. But if it reaches our village, are you sure you'd want to put our lives at risk just because of your stubbornness? You described the circus performers as cowards earlier, and now you're suggesting I make escape plans? But Bendon's right. Abilene, we should build a bridge just in case. Just for emergencies, and perhaps it would be better if you held your tongue a little when talking to him. Well, I best follow your advice, dearest Benlin. Rock. What? Excuse me? I don't follow. Sorry, sometimes ideas just burst out of my mouth. You should mine stone so that we can build the bridge. Couldn't we just use other resources for that, like wood? Well now, do you see the scar here on my hip? Wait, pull your trousers up. Oh, when I was such a young boy, I had an accident on a wooden bridge and splinters dug right into my body, so I'm never going near a wooden bridge again. I understand. Alright then, stone it is.
New quest.
Okay guys, so right here we're gonna leave off. I'm gonna figure out how to save, so they're gonna start gathering stone, so I'll just set this up for next time. I like it, I like that a lot, and let me figure out how to save my progress here. I do not know. I'm gonna pause this, go to settings, save game guys. So if you guys like this little game, in this video, comment down below, give me your feedback, tell me what you'd like to see next. I'd be happy to do that for you. Give me the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and share if you want. And guys, I hope you really did enjoy this. I like this game, it's fun. Alright, I'll see you soon guys, bye bye.